Given a scenario where Amira has recently launched a small business selling her homemade cookies, she has collected a number of customer orders and wants to calculate the total of orders more efficiently using productivity software. However, she's unfamiliar with productivity software and has never had the opportunity to learn how to use it properly. So, to help streamline her workflow and manage her orders more effectively, she needs guidance on using Excel formulas based on the data she has gathered. First of all, when we open the Excel, we will have this screen on our first page. So we gotta click on a new file and then click the blank workbook so that we can open our new worksheet. And then before anything, we have to save the file so that it is not missing when we accidentally click close the tab or anything. Now we are starting with B2 where we put the name, and then we move on to C2 where we insert the flavor, and D2 for our quantity. This is where we are going to collect our data, our rough data without the calculation. And we can make it more organized where we put the colors, and then we are going to border all of the column. From the order that Amira has collected earlier, we are going to insert everything in this Excel so that we can collate it later on. Move forward with the data. Here is the data that Amira has collected earlier. Now we have to make a table where we are going to search for the data. We are trying to look for the flavor and the total of each flavor, right? So first we have to identify what flavor we have. So Amira select chocolate chip and red velvet. So we are going to border 2 rows of column. Now since we already have the table, we are going to start with the insert function. We are going to use unique so that we can automatically put the flavor. So search for unique and then click enter. Alright, now we are going to insert the array where we are going to click from C3 to C17. C3 to C17 and then insert, and then we are going to click OK, and then it will automatically appear as chocolate chip and red velvet. Alright, align it so that it can fit perfectly, and then this is where it appears as chocolate chip and red velvet. Next we are going to calculate the total where we are going to use the Sumifs. In the Sumif, we have to use the search for sum range, where sum range is from D3 to D17, which is the quantity. Wait. Alright, from D3 to D17. And then moving on to the criteria range from C3 to C17. And then criteria, so the first column is chocolate chip. We are going to type chocolate chip. And then when we enter, it's going to show how much of chocolate chips total. And then do the same thing to red velvet, where we choose same thing all over again, D3 to D17, and criteria range from C3 to C17. And now we put the red velvet as our criteria 1, and then insert, we are going to get 25 as our total of red velvet. And then we can also calculate the quantity if we are not sure if it's correct. So first we are going to use the raw data from total, where we use the sum function. Now let's look for sum. Alright, and then when we use the sum, we are going to select from D3 to D17. D3 to D17. Alright, now we already have the total is 45, which is the same as chocolate chip and red velvet in total. So if you are going to calculate the chocolate chip and red velvet in our collected data, we can do the same thing using sum and put it G3 and G4. And then we have the same total, which is 45. There you go. Amira can already make her cookies and sell it without missing an order.